Hi everybody, it's Philippa from British History Tours, and today I've come to Wroxeter Roman City in Shropshire, and it's half term in this part of the UK, and so I'm here with my little people, here with Ava, and over there is Isaac. Wroxeter is, was the fourth largest town in Roman Britain, so in Britannia.
And that's one of the largest walls in that's one of the largest still standing Roman walls in the UK.
That's right. Let's show you what Ava's talking about. So that stands. It's known as the Old Work. It stands at 7 foot tall. If I come round, you can see it. You can hear the sheep in the background. We're in. Oh, there you go. Now that is the entranceway between this big expanse behind us was the Baths Basilica. So where you can see these stone circles going up there, that's where the pillars would have been. It had been quite a big building. This would have been where people would come to exercise. Apparently they'd come and get their hair done here before they go into the baths, and the entrance to the baths would be through that. A bit like a salon. So they'd go through the doorway here. It wouldn't have been quite that big. There would have been doors there. Obviously that's opened up over time. Now just have a look at the walls. This is quite a typical. So I'm just going to make my way down over the ruins. It's quite a typical Roman wall. So you can see you have the small bricks, and every so often a course of flat bricks. Now you see where the holes are in the wall. That's where the scaffolding would have been when they'd have made the wall in the first place. So that's the scaffolding holes. Right, there you go. I'm going to turn the camera around and take you through the rest of the site. Okay, so we're going to move through from the Baths Basilica, where you'd have had your exercise and you'd have had your hair done perhaps. And you're going through, through where the doors would have been, into the bathing complex. You can see it's quite extensive. This is the bit that they've managed to excavate on the site. The whole city or town would have been a lot larger, but this would have been the centre piece. The baths were the social heart, as well as obviously providing the function of getting clean. Ava, you go on.
This would be the ground level, and over there, that's under the floor.
Okay, so let's show everyone. So this room that we're walking through at the moment would have been unheated. Then you moved into the heated parts of the complex. You can see this stone here that Ava's standing on now, worn down by hundreds of years of people coming in and out of the baths, which is quite exciting. Over there, you see the stacks of what are now sort of square bricks. They would have been sort of more like Roman slates. They're not the real bricks, no. So I'm going to go down. I'm not going to go down the way Ava's going down, because she can climb like a monkey, and I can't. When they excavated the site, these stacks of slates were quite fragile and fell over, and plus it was during the Victorian times. It was excavated in the mid 1800s after lying underneath the ground for hundreds of years, and people not sort of knew that there'd been a village here, but hadn't seen any evidence other than this old work sticking up out of the ground. And anyway, the stacks of slates that were here, they just got taken by Victorian tourists, really. So, but these would have been the underfloor heating. Basically, this is stacks of slates. The floor level would have been where we just come from. So if you see where Isaac sat there, so we would have been underneath the floor. Ava would have been underneath the floor here, and this is the underheating floor system. So you see here we have like a furnace. The air would have been heated, and it would circulate underneath the floor, giving the. We're going to move away now from the heated area of the bathing complex. You can see behind me the heating stacks. They're reconstructions now because of the fact that they were stolen during Victorian times. It was just tourists looking for souvenirs. Now out here we have what looks suspiciously like and is an outdoor swimming pool. So this would have been their plunge pool.
This is a step lower than what's up there.
Any of the grassed areas around Wroxeter were the outdoor areas. They've been really clever here. I really like this. So depending on the colour of the gravel, so the colour of the gravel or whether it's grassed, it all means something. So the red gravel is where there would have been an open but maybe covered walkway. Your grey gravel is inside a building, and your grassed areas are the areas that would have been outside. So we've looked at the bathing complex, we've looked at the outdoor pool. This is the market square. Yeah, this is the market square. We're actually going in the back end of one of the shops. So if you can see, it's in a square. You've got the outdoor area, the grass, the covered sort of indoor corridor with the red gravel, and you've got the shops that are all, yeah, with the white or greyish gravel, all nicely segregated out, as the Romans like to do. They're all very, very organised.
Even loads of years into the future, they're still organised. Look at the ruins.
We have impressed children here. Now behind me, that is a reconstructed Roman villa. Not necessarily from this site. It was done for a programme a few years ago called Rome Wasn't Built in a Day. But the road, there's going to be no cars now I've started doing this. There's going to be no cars coming past, but there's a road that's between where we are. Oh good, okay. and the Roman villa. That is Watling Street, which if any of you know any of your Roman history, you'll recognise the name Watling Street because it was one of the main roads that the Romans used. You'd also be thinking that there must be a river nearby, and you'd be right. So around down that in the valley over there is the River Severn. We're on the River Severn, used for obviously for transport, and also there was a fordable area of the river there, which gave the Roman soldiers, because this was originally a fortress and then a town, gave the Roman soldiers access into what is now Wales.